This is an HR program on demand, a living seed capsule of work life and workplace coming live from a rooftop in Stockholm, Sweden. It's me, Ann-Marie Andrich, and
me, Katarina Berg.
A vodcast, if you like, on HR, straight across the counter. Sponsored by HR The Real Deal, HR by HR for HR. Hello, Katarina.
Hi, Ann-Marie.
I have a question for you.
Okay.
And I've been wondering, Spotify.
Mm-hmm.
How would you define Spotify? Are you a tech company? Are you an audio company? Are you a media company? What are you actually as the bumblebee that you describe yourselves to be?
So I think we all love that, to be honest. But I think first and foremost, we are a talent company. At least if I'm gonna, refer to what my boss, our founder and CEO, Daniel, is usually saying in our intro days, that with the right talent and believing that we do have really smart and talented people here, we could actually do and be in any industry with this setup of people. So I would say talent company. But where we started, obviously it's a tech and product company to begin with. And then it's super important that we also are an audio company today and been moving into that space too. But I would say tech company, strangely enough, because I think that is where we started. And I think that has also been very true right through. Being a platform company.
Good. Now we sorted that out, right? Okay, excellent.
So all of them.
All of them. But foremost, a talent company. I like that. Now, given that you then define yourself as a tech company, typically tech companies are also dependent on data,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
Would you say that you are as well? And if so, how do you use that data? Because I think I've read somewhere, or you typically say that you're data informed. What does that mean for you?
I think that is very, very true. I think the company relies on data. That is how we program. That is also how we curate. That is a lot of the AI and all the things that we do, which is in our platform. So it's very hard then to, even if you don't believe in data, and I don't know why you wouldn't, but not to be data informed also if you're in finance or if you are in global affairs or even HR, obviously. And why we stress that we are informed is for different reasons. The way that I usually describe it is because data is like a bikini, right? It really, really shows a lot, but it also hides the most important things. And you can be seduced by data. So it's not all about just connecting and collecting the dots, right? It's also to trust some of the experience and your intuition, because intuition is nothing except for, an old experience. So sometimes where everything tells you should go to the right, if you have a good crew, they've been around for a while doing the things that they do, they might put things together. And sometimes, you have the beliefs you have the information that you have, and you need to take a bet. And some of the bets needs to be contrarian too, right? And here data will help you, and then maybe also form the decision. But the speed here comes into play because you can always iterate and you can make it perfect a bit further down the line. You cannot never have like an early start further down the line. So very data informed and not data driven. So we don't get seduced by the bikini.
Good.
Right?
I like the distinction, informed and data driven. Yeah. And you also, in one of the recent blog posts that you wrote, you talk about HR of things.
Yeah.
What is that?
So I think that is a play with words, right? We have heard about the IT of things, obviously. And back to your first question, are we this or that? So being in a company where everything kind of relies on data, but also taking, I think, a bit more informed decisions of more things, what does that then do for HR? I think one is that we might not be so data averse, tech averse, or change averse as an HR team, and daring to try new things, being a bit brave, sometimes being maybe even foolish, knowing that these are the things that we now collected, and these are now how we connect the dots and trying things. And I think that is what I mean by HR things, is to, the holy threesome, right? Which is, the people in a people first company, but also by the HR team. It's going to be people, 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 and culture, culture, culture. But it will also be technology. And then it will be the things that is connecting these things. And tech is not just for techie people. I think our job will be faster, better, much more informed. I think also you will take away a couple of things that used to be a nuisance or repetitive, even a bit boring, or things that you would then maybe come to the conclusion that would be for the newbies or the newcomers. So if you can get rid of that and make sure that all of that works, this is where the puzzle gets really interesting, right? And this is where you can also lean into the business so much more. And I think that is the HR of things. I think is you being smart, you being strategic, you being open to learn new things, and also have things work for you, rather than you have a resistance, or you're being afraid, or thinking that, that is even maybe a trend. And if I sit here, I cling to things, I do things the way that we always did it, or I cling on to chosen truth. I think that will be no good for nobody, especially for you and your team and your department and your function. And look what's happening right now in the space of HR tech. In one way, nothing, because most things that comes out is not necessarily that impressive, or it's a lot of systems that has been quite impressive for a long time, improving themselves. And then the space is so filled with investors and money, but not necessarily driven by HR people that are the ones that are going to use it. So on paper, or on the sales pitch, you know this for sure, right? All the people that call you up, can you try, can we come, can we demo, can we pitch? The things that you see are not very impressive. But if you turn your cheek the other way, or if you look somewhere else, they will crack the code. I'm pretty sure that there will be a couple of things that will come out that will be amazing, or that will be tweaked in a way that, okay, now technology works for you.
Right.
Now these are the things where, and AI, and so you have to have people and the way that you're going to use it in focus. But you should not be afraid of technology. And I think that is HR things. Making technology work for you, for your company, for your industry, and then also pivot from there.
Right. Great. Would you say, obviously you use data to keep yourself informed, and you use it at HR. Would you say that your HR team use it now intuitively, or how do you go about this? Does it come natural for the team to use data?
I would say, if I would say yes, that would be a big lie. And my mom said you shouldn't lie. But the thing is, I think one person that would be great to come and visit this VOD or this pod is Gary Monroe, that heads up our people analytics team that we call HR Insights. First of all, the man is, a wizard. Two, he's really, really smart. And what he has built for us that we call Disco is just amazing.
You call it Disco?
Yeah. This is where, the numbers or the data come to dance. So we call it, yes. And I know that you like disco. I know you like dancing. First time I got this presented by Gary, I was like, oh my God, finally. I used to talk about locks of keys, right? And how the water needs to flow between things. And it can't just be talent data, or it can't just be, talent analytics in best case. It needs to be people analytics. And the way that the system is built now, and the way that we can use it now, intuitively, or leaning into it, and it's not just HR, it's all the managers, actually open for all people. And it's built the same way that Spotify is built. So you have your own curated playlist, the things that you go in, or the reports that you like on a regular basis go in and to find, or the data points that you are looking for comes out as a playlist for you, which makes it really simple, a joy to use. But this is also now where, you know, it becomes more and more a business for the business rather than numbers for HR.
Right.
And it's not the typical, you know, the KPIs that we always looked into. They are also interesting, you know, sick leave or you know, retention and or attrition, no matter what you're looking at.
Usual ones.
The usual one.
But important ones.
Very, very important
Yeah.
in so many ways. Or how do we do in diverse hiring? All of that is that too. But then, you know, the data points of, if we're looking for these type of professions, where are they and where are the clusters and talent density and then is it hard for us or easy for us to recruit? Do we have an office that when you put all like the data points for salaries and label, like everything comes to dance, right, in Disco. And this is really important. And then there are a couple of other projects that is connected to that. So what if we could foresee, for instance, and this is what we're looking into now, what if we could foresee what happens with retention risk and flight risk much earlier? Or can we spot talent that is not necessarily on a succession plan earlier than the succession plan and the way of working that we do that now? What would that mean? And would that also then lower the attrition? Really cool stuff that Gary and his team is looking into, and so helpful. And I don't remember when I was so excited about people analytics as I've been the last year. I'm so looking forward to the meetings. I'm so looking forward for them to run things right through the system. And whatever kind of thing I have, no matter if it's reports to the board of directors or if it's to, you know, the executive team or if it's other things that we try to figure out in the HR lead team, you know, Disco is the one source to go to. And it also comes out in, you know, all these really nice colors and reports. So I don't have to do anything to look smart. Gary makes that happen for all of us, right?
I so want to dance disco with Gary. So paging Gary.
Yeah, actually, I mean, you know, where we were data or people analytics 5 years ago, or even, you know, 3 years ago, and where we are now, I'm pretty sure that he could sell this to any company, or he could, you know, lecture around the world. I hope he stays with us. I hope we will progress, and I hope that more companies actually could have something like Disco. I think it's just amazing.
Gary needs to listen to this and look at this mod for sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I will ask him to come and join you for a conversation.
Yeah, that would be absolutely awesome. So thank you for the inspiration and the start of the disco dance. Excellent. Thank you. Shall we wrap up?
Yeah, why not?
3 things?
Yeah. Should you do the right 3 things?
I think you should.
I should, okay. Please stay safe, stay strong and stay active. Ide modalje.
Är Gary i Stockholm?
Ja.
Fy fan, disco Gary.
Ja, Gary.
Shit vad roligt.
Vad fan menar du med det?
Ja, vad fan menar du med den där bloggposten?
Eller...
Jag kommer säga stay close. Och det är ju fel.
Ja, jag vet.
Ja.
Bra! But...
Ja.
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 Here we are again.
Here we are
Okay,
again,
let's go.
Katarina.
Hey ho.
Fun you have on your chest.